starting now, where I'm joined by Ambassador John Andruga Duku, who's the Chief International Coordinator of the international campaign on that country's referendum. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
And I think I'm just going to throw that first question that I've just relayed to our viewers. Do you think Kenyans really understand the issues surrounding South Sudan?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to meet. South Sudan is not a vegetable garden. South Sudan is the size of the entire East African country except Tanzania. In other words, I want to say that South Sudan is the size of Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi put together. This is the immediate neighbors, Kenya. Now, South Sudan is close to Kenya because we as South Sudanese have been living in Kenya for some years. And we have been neighbor, and we are put there by history. We cannot choose neighbors. The history has put us there, and the nature has put us there. We cannot choose who is our neighbor. But the most important thing here is that Comprehensive Peace Agreement, which is called CPA, was signed here in Kenya. It is mediated by Kenya because Kenya is the chair of IGAD subcommittee on the peace process in Sudan. Now, the referendum is the last phase of the implementation of the CPA, which is supposed to take place on the 9th January 2011. Now, I just came back yesterday from 3.5-week visit to Europe. I was in Europe trying to drum up support to support the referendum process because we are behind the schedule. As we speak now, the registration process has not started. Civic education has not started. So I was in Europe touring various countries, appealing to them to avail financial resources and also prepare to send international monitors on the ground so that we have people substantive, because we have learned some lesson from the previous election in Sudan, whereby the observers and international community came very late at the time of actual voting, while the actual rigging took place earlier than that previous process.
Okay, and of course, in a while we'll get much deeper into that political angle and, of course, that very important vote happening next year. But back to the contextualization of South Sudan in the minds of Kenyans. And you've talked about, the fact that it's this very big country. But how did you get in the first place to be signing the CPA in 2005?
Well, Sudan got independent on the 1st January 1956. Before independence, there was civil war in Sudan from 1955 to 1972. That's already 17-year civil war. Then the second war broke again in 1983, which ended in 2005 through this comprehensive peace agreement. Now the question which people should ask is that, ask any communities, why should they subject themselves for such a long period of war? Sudan has been in the war for 39 years out of 54 years of independence. And this war mostly was fought in South Sudan.